Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie with Fry Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you an 8.5 by 11 scrapbook layout that I'm putting together. I've got the pieces, excuse me, the paper pieces already cut. I'll try to give you a few dimensions and I can tell you where they're from. So the title, first of all, is from Treasure Box Designs. It is from the file My Sunshine, Sun and Title. The little girl here and the rest of the information, the files, except for the photo mat, but the rest of the pieces are from Cuddly Cute Designs. This is the butterfly cutie girl, and I think I shared her on either the Cuddly Cute Designs, my design team project, or maybe also on my Facebook page. I'm not sure. The rest of the pieces, the grass, the butterflies, and the sun and clouds, they are, I believe, all from Spring Train from Cuddly Cute Designs. I've got this plum border here, and I used this very old Stampin' Up! Border punch. I'm sure it's not available. I am truly just using what's in my stash. I'm really determined to start using up stuff just for personal reasons. But I'm going to go ahead and get started, put this together. Let's start with this. Just looking for my ruler here. I did pop this up on one layer of 2mm foam tape. The rest of it's just flat. It is approximately 5 inches long, and then whatever Cricut Design Space decides to resize it at. My little girl is at about, we're going to say about 4 3/8, maybe 4 1/4 inch high. That's about right. My little butterflies are all, excuse me, I'm so sorry, my voice is really bad today. They're all within maybe an eighth of an inch or so, so they're about 1 inch tall or 1 inch wide. Now on this one, I put some frosted berries. What do you want to call it? Liquid pearls. And on the other two that I have, and the centers, sorry, I have glitter, whatever kind of glitter I had. And then my little flowers, my leaves from the flowers are from the, can't see it, the little leaf there, okay, from the little cutie there. My flowers themselves are about 5/8 of an inch or so. And just one moment. I didn't want to be coughing in your ears, so I apologize for that. Anyway, what I did was I used a darker Nouveau, a yellow color, and I'm not sure what color it is. Right now I have a dandelion yellow out, and I know it's not that, it's darker, but that's just, the centers do come with the flowers. You can cut them out with paper. I just chose not to do that. And then my grass is, I had to add on to the bottom of my grass. I think I welded about a half of an inch, 3/8 of an inch rectangle into the bottom. I used a quarter rounder punch because the corners of my photo frames are rounded, so I wanted these rounded, but from tip to tip. This is where we're looking at here. We'll start with that. It is about 8 inches long, okay, and then it's about um, 7/8 to 1 inch of an. It's, let's say 1 inch at the tallest, so 1 inch high. So that's that part of it. And then I've already welded on my sun and clouds. That was 1, 2, 3. There's 4 pieces to just this part up here. I'll give you the white cloud, the small one. It's about, what is it, 1 3/4, 1 5/8 inch wide. And then the bigger cloud is about 2.5 inches wide. My sun is, it's going to be from the far tip, and I cut this in half, by the way. It's about 2 5/8 inch wide. Because it's the full sun, I just cut it in half, and then the circle part fits over it. And then I just put some more of the yellow Nouveau drops that I'd had in the middle of the flower. And then let's see. The photo mats, as you can see, I've already put washi tape on because I wanted the cloud of the sun to go behind, and both of these are open in the back. I don't know if you can see this, okay? So I can stick the photo in like this, the behind. I can just lay it on top, and this also, it will just, moment here, and I'll show you, get it in there. It'll go in from behind my notes there, and then, you can slide it in. I made the centers of these photo mats so they are 3 inches by just a hair short of 4 inches high. I'm, I'm using this for some pictures of my great niece when we were at the park. I've got several, but this was a start to it. Anyway, the photo mat is just a Polaroid photo mat from Cricut Design Space. The overall width and height of just one. It's about 3.5 inches wide, and just a moment. I apologize. I keep my voice or my vocal cords, but it's about 5.5 inches, 5 and 3/8 inch tall. Now, if you were making this into a 12 by 12 photo layout, which you could certainly do with larger photos, just resize as you need, obviously. I mean, I just, I started doing 8.5 by 11 inch scrapbook pages, and I do enjoy them for some things. And this was more of a challenge for me, and I decided I might do more 12 by 12 again. I just kind of miss them. They're harder for me to manage the actual album, but I'll adjust. So anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. I do all three sizes. So anyway, let's get back to this. Get going. Um, Other than this plum is just some paper I had in my stash. The green was also paper in my stash. The polka dot green and the striped yellow, the checkered yellow, and the lavenders, purples on here, other than the little band on the dress. That was all printed from digital paper. And then these three are all printed from digital paper. And they're going to be longer. I'm doing it 11 by 8.5. So it's going to be a horizontal layout. That doesn't bother me in my binder how it fits. I'm good with that. Anyway, so these are a little bit longer, and I'll just chop them off at the end. But I'm going to start by getting this one down, and just going to use my glue press, and hopefully I don't run out of glue on anything because my ATG is getting low. Also, I'd have to refill it too. And yes, I had to stop and reprint, and I just used the back, or had to refill ink. I just used the back side. It's all good. I can tell you this paper. I think it's from an Etsy seller. Good grief, I can't remember anything. I'm just looking. This does have a bit of a top and a bottom. So, let's see if I can get it on straight. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it's been quite an interesting day already. I'm looking for, there it is. I have another size too. I just don't have it out right now. I spent way too much time on the phone this morning, and that just, with of course, a medical issue, and it just kind of set my day off. I think what I'm going to do on this one, instead of getting glue on the back, why would that make sense? I'm just going to put my glue on the back. Oh, excuse me, on the front of this. I just take, I will show you in a moment how crazy this is. I would print it off some images that I want to work on and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get this lined up from the top and the side here. I just use the back of it. I literally reuse anything and everything I can. It's just how I was taught, I guess. I don't know. I'll even use flat junk mail on the 8.5 by 11 scrapbook layouts and just use if they're plain on the one side, white, and nothing too important, I will just use those for my page basis too if I'm not, if I'm covering them all up because they're not they're not being used for anything. So I want my you can see here at the tops and at the bottom they have the at the start and I want them both to go the same direction. And I'm putting just a very, very slim border. So make it easier, I'm going to put the glue on this side. I don't know about easier. I'm not very good at going straight, but excuse me. I have to work on some Christmas projects again, but I've got another layout to work on. I've got a card that I'll be sharing with you in a paper piece process video for the uh, focal point or focal image of the card. And just trying to think. My mind's been playing tricks on me. Um, oh, and then I'm working on my design team project for next week. I've got this and two more layouts to put together. I'm gonna get this right. And what else? I don't know, but I have a lot of projects. I had to stop for. Seems like there's always something with health going on that I have to deal with, and so I'm trying to keep up. Now, there was one thing I was going to point out to you. My reasoning for the purple border. And part of this is going to start with I got this sketch idea, this layout idea on Pinterest, I think. Yeah. And it was a Christmas layout, actually, is what I believe it was. Anyway, they had their border, I think, might have been black or it was a darker color. It wasn't even a color that was really prominent in the papers, but it was enough to just make everything pop. And when you look at this, it really does. The reason I chose lavender, even or plum, even though it's not in my other prints on here, is to bring out the plum in the dress. When I made this, I just liked the colors I chose. And what I'll do is make a bunch of pieces and then decide what I'm doing with them. And I love color. I don't have to have everything coordinate exactly. That's just not, um, unfortunately, me. I will do that, but I don't know. Somehow this just all came together and it works for me. And it may not for you, and that's no worry. I was one of those people too. It works for you. I just, but yeah, everybody asks, well, what's your favorite color? I don't have a favorite color really. I mean, I have a couple colors that I enjoy, but nothing specific. So I'm gonna try to give you some of my sizes if you're using an 8.5 by 11. I like this sketch, by the way. It's kind of simple but it looks nice. Um, Actually, I think the three colors on here might all be from the same digital kit. I'm not sure. I don't even know. My sunshine one is about, I would go with about 3.25, and because then I put the border on. This green piece I know is 2 inches, and then whatever this is left. I think I started at 5.5. Let me look. No, it's actually, if you're gonna do this, I would say cut it at 6.25 just to give yourself a little bit of overlap here. I'm gonna quick get this cut off, and I could use a paper trimmer, but I can't cut any straighter with that thing, so we'll just My sister got me the scissors. It's a Tim Holtz scissors, um, the long bladed one. A year or two for I think a year and a half ago, not last Christmas, Christmas before. And it took me a while to get used to it because I'm used to the little Fiskars, what is that one called with the spring in it? It's just a little precision type scissors. Well, what am I stuck on here? Um, this Tim Holtz scissors works great and I love it. But when you're used to working with a scissors that has a much finer blade and comes to a what I call a widow's point at the tip, and then you start working with this that has a blunt tip. It doesn't look like it, but it really does. Um, it was very difficult to get used to. They both have their uses. I love them both. But boy, yeah, that the one from Tim Holtz was much more difficult for me. So, all right, let's get this going. Going to have to bring in my, yeah, I can make it work, a T-roller. And this is from close to my heart. What did I do here? Somehow I went backwards. Like I said, it's been a day already, or a morning. What can I tell you? I think we're gonna go about. I just need to kind of figure out where I want this because I want that point to go about in the corner of my frame there, and it's got to go about that high. So, and I was hoping to get this. Excuse me. Uh, Photo mat on somewhat straight, if that's even possible. So I'm going up about. What do we want to say? Let's do it this way. About 1 1/8 inches. Again, 1 1/8 inches. And does that look straight? Yeah. And we're going to put it at about, I struggle with this one a little bit further. So 1/2, let's say about maybe, we can just put this over a little bit. That's fine. About 3/4 of an inch or so. So, let's see. I'm only going to put glue on 3 sides. Okay. Just in case I decide to put the photo mat in from the top. And then the rest of it I can do the back. I just don't want to I don't want to glue this very top in because it won't let me put the photo mats in then. And I have, oops, gotta go a little bit further over. I have to allow for some of the grass over here. I don't really want to cut it off. So, and when I get my photos in, I'll probably come back and glue my sunshine down. It's just, for right now, just gonna go with that. So I get a little more glue here. I decided I really am a slow crafter. I don't know, but I never would consider myself a perfectionist, but yet everything's got to be just so. When I was quite young, I never understood. My mother would give my dad a hard time about. We'd go down to his garden and he would be sitting there as if he was watching the plants grow, and that's what she would always joke about and ask him. And one year I was a little bit older and he finally said, "No, I'm studying my rows to make sure that they're straight." And but at the time I thought, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But apparently gardeners have to have it really straight and everything has to be just so, or his did. And I'm finding I'm like my father more and more, which is not bad, but it's kind of ironic. Now I only put glue just to the bottom of my H here. Mm. And only because again, I'm not sure how I'm putting my pictures in. I might as well just glue it all down and put the photos on top, but I'll forget that too. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. Because I don't need to press down there. So if it looks like it's raised up a little bit, that is why. Now the easiest thing for me to do next is put this grass on. Get this back in here. And I did pop up just this bottom layer here. So it's about 3/8 of an inch. And this is 2 millimeter foam tape, if you wonder. I'm trying to share more dimensions and sizes and stuff, but by the time I get things ready to put together, I've already forgotten and I forget to write it down as I go. If I did, I would lose it. So here was my thing here. I want to make sure that the grass did not go over the side here. So just want to make sure everything is looking fairly straight. Even if you stopped right here, put some photos on, maybe did some journaling here, still be a really cute layout. So, my opinion. Sorry, ladies, and everyone that's watching, gentlemen, whoever's watching. I think it's great more men are starting to join the crafting world. That's just, I don't know. To me, it's awesome. I just love it. I think I'm going to put her on next. And again, all kinds of foam tape here. Just 2 millimeter, if you're wondering. I don't know why I bothered to use smaller scrapbooks because by the time I get this much foam tape on some of my pages, can't lift them anyway. That's okay. I spent time in a nursing home. I know that the most of the aides are young and can lift a lot more than I can. So if it's on a shelf, there's always assistance. I'm just putting this about here. Wherever works for you. How about that? Now, my little butterflies I did put just in the middle, little piece of foam tape. And I probably should have made a purple one. I didn't think ahead that far. There it is. I was looking for my well loved my tweezers, but I didn't. So now I have the reason I'm putting blue up here. I'm going to put it this way a little bit. I didn't want yellow against Yellowstone. It really wouldn't show. So that was my reasoning. And I tried to pick a blue that was pale because I was trying to go with a little bit lighter colors. Now the flowers are darker. I'm good. I wanted a little pop of color with all the pastels, and it seems like there's a lot of yellow and green, which there is. So, um, again, I'm just trying to give everything a little pop. Now, this flower, I've got two flowers flat and one on foam tape. Okay, and there was a method to my madness for leaving this, and I'll show you. But I gotta get these. I kind of wanted them to overlap, and then one will go down here. So that's why I just wanted it to raise up and have a little dimension so it's not kind of getting hidden there. So, and if you wanted, you could put a little bit of foam tape on the leaves just to pop it up, but I'm good. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so I got there, and then I'm gonna put, again, got the foam tape on there. I'm just gonna put this down here as if she's flying into the, or it's flying into the flowers, and I'm not sure, but what I might put it up a little bit. Yeah, I will. Just off the frame a little. And just because I need more, there's just something missing here. This is Nouveau Drops. It's the Crystal Drops in dandelion yellow. And I could have used the same color, but I wanted it a little bit lighter. I just gotta have different colors. Okay, and then I'm gonna put 5 here. Mm, 5. Let's try to get this somewhat straight. Oops, well, 3, 4. It'll be going in a little bit of an arch. Now on purpose. It'll look like a caterpillar. I can't get anything straight. Sorry about that. It's my layout. It's no big deal. Yeah, it is. That's way too crooked. Let's see. I have a way to get it off. I just gotta find it quicker than normal. Does this work? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Carefully pick it up. This is just a Imagine mm, mixed media tool. Trying to do this and not make a big mess. Works wonderful. Mm, this one's pretty crooked too. This one's going to be more of a. There's a few different tips on with these mixed media tools, but they work great, and you just wash them off. This one's flat, and then it's rounded on the top, and it's got a flat edge. It's hard to describe it. It comes real pointed, but yeah. Maybe if I go this way, I'll have a better. Uh, this is going vertical. Maybe I'll have a better choice, a better chance of getting them somewhat straight. And I'll look in the camera, and that sometimes helps. I could have used my T-ruler, but I already had that on there, and then so it's not going to work, fortunately. We might have to go this way a minute to do the other side. Let's see. Okay, I'm good. Yeah. Making sure I don't put my arms or hands or anything in any more Nuvo drops and spread them everywhere. Okay, well, it's better. It's not great, but it's better than the caterpillar it was. So it just adds a little bit to the layout, I believe. Again, use what you have and do what you can. But that's my finished layout. So I want to thank you for joining me. Any questions, please leave a comment. I'll get back to you. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe. And otherwise, have an awesome day, everybody. Take care.